So let's head back to the admin. Tokens and workflows and also dynamic forms are also kind of an advanced customization features of Orchard. They are kind of created in a way that they can be very well used together. We will just quickly go into the dynamic forms and then go more in depth with, for workflows and tokens. So what are dynamic forms? Well, it's a feature that you can enable. It has the name dynamic forms. And once we have it enabled, we will see that new form is displayed here. And dynamic forms will be very familiar for you, because again, what we have here is the layout editor. The only difference here is that we have a submit button by default, and also that we have on this right-hand toolbar some form elements. So in a quite straightforward way, dynamic forms is about building forms. So if you want to have a contact form or some application form for some club, for example, then you would create a dynamic form. You would create a new form content item like this, and then drag and drop various elements from here, like an email field. But, well, you can configure these again in a variety of ways, but it's very similar to how an HTML form works. The notions are very similar. So, for example, you have to give names to form elements, and so forth. We won't go into further details with forms because other topics need our attention more. But something on the side note as well, there are also form submissions. How a form differs from a layout is that, of course, a form is not just a read-only, display-only content item, but it's something users can fill out and submit. Now, when you submit a dynamic form, either you can get content items created, so you could even build a new commenting system with dynamic forms, for example, or you can just store submissions as they are, or actually both. Now, for example, for contact forms, you probably would want to store form submissions just as simple submissions, and these would be stored here under the form submissions admin menu item. But that's enough about dynamic forms. Let's take a look at tokens and workflows, which can be also very well used with dynamic forms and in a wide variety of other use cases too.